Hey guys, there's been a ton of interest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies recently, and I wanted to share with you this one really easy trick that'll help you predict and even to a certain extent influence the market. Let's go ahead and get started.
So the cool thing about this is it works with any crypto asset and can even be applied to the stock market. The first thing you need to do is wait until your target spikes dramatically, ideally hitting a new all-time high. This probably means you've been hearing about its bull run for the last few days or maybe even a week, and you've repeatedly told yourself that you missed out and you're going to wait for the dip to buy in. In a perfect world, you should even wait for Elon to tweet something nonsensical with a mention of your targeted asset and watch the price skyrocket while your sense of Fomo climaxes to a breaking point. This is your first opportunity to predict and control the market. At this point, you should easily convince yourself that what you've been seeing is simply the beginning of the greatest bull run in the history of your asset. You know you should only invest with what you can afford to lose, but you need to make up for the fact that you wanted to get in on this way earlier, so go ahead and FOMO an outright irresponsible amount of money into the asset. There's really no such thing as too much in this case. A good rule of thumb is, if you're comfortable telling your significant other exactly how much you put in, you probably didn't invest enough. At the very least, you should be fudging the numbers and ideally outright lying or hiding your investment altogether. Now you can watch with pride as your recent trade causes the asset to immediately plummet in spectacular fashion. Despite the fact that it has been going straight up for days on end, this method allows us to easily predict and possibly even cause a massive correction that every single analyst has told you is a distinct inevitability. At this point, you should tell yourself that it's just a brief dip, and it'll be back to mooning in a few hours. Make sure to compulsively check the price every 3 to 5 minutes while you neglect your normal responsibilities throughout the day. If you're doing it right, you should be feeling a growing sense of dread and malaise as you increasingly question the merits of your investment. This is usually a great time to do some due diligence on your asset in an effort to convince yourself that you haven't made a huge mistake. A great resource to use is your asset's specific subreddit, which is undoubtedly an echo chamber of amateur enthusiasts who can help confirm your own bias and present cherry-picked bits of info that prove this asset is the future of its market space. At some point, when you're deeply in the red and overcome with such nausea that you're close to vomiting, we have our next major opportunity to influence the market. Now that you've invested an irresponsible amount of money and have seen an alarming percentage of it disappear in an impossibly short amount of time, you should be realizing that you need to stop the bleeding. If you've done this correctly, this is your rent or food money that's at risk, and you need to do the responsible thing here and cash out before irreversible life-ruining damage is done. Look at the remaining amount of your investment and set a mental stop loss, at which point you'll definitely pull out. Watch as the price manages to plummet right past that stop loss point and refuse to follow through, instead opting to arbitrarily choose a new stop loss. When the asset reaches the new stop loss, now you can finally realize your losses and vow to never get swept up in FOMO fever again. Now this is the best part. Once again, we are able to easily predict and influence the market, as the instant you sell for a massive loss, your asset will undoubtedly return to its legendary bull run, while you pour yourself a stiff drink and consider yeeting yourself off the highest roof within driving distance.
It's really just that simple to control the market, and I really hope this trick helps your guys' portfolios. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more valuable day trading tricks, and go ahead and leave us a comment telling us the interesting and creative way you plan on killing yourself.